Hello, Internet, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your host, Joseph, and joining me this week is one of my best friends in the entire galaxy, Zombs.
Greetings, it's me, Zombs.
Was that the caffeine kicking in there, Zombs?
It is, I have discovered energy drinks.
Energy drinks, eh? What have you been drinking this week?
Oh, there's the Monsters, the Rock Stars, there's Plus Ultra.
Never heard of that last one.
Neither have I, therefore I tried it, and it is delicious.
Okay, then. Well, dear listeners, we are back again to discuss all of this fun, nerdy stuff. Unfortunately, Moxie was not able to join us. So sad. She is away dealing with other great important matters. But this week you have me and Zoms to keep you company.
Wait, is Moxie out fighting on the fields of battle, shedding the bloods of her enemies? Without me?
Yes, Zoms, did you not get the memo?
Why am I here?
For the same reason I am, Zoms. Someone has to protect the people by providing them all the wonderful, nerdy information that they could ever want.
Okay,
Your job is important too, buddy.
we will fight the battle in the virtual world.
Well, while we're doing that, how about you tell us what you've been doing this past week, Zoms?
Yes, my weekly random routine. I have been playing the video games. I have been watching the animes. I have been reading the books. I have enjoying the life.
Well, that is random and extremely vague. How about you go into a little bit more, detail?
Real fine. So the video games. Uh, I can't put down that Immortals Phoenix Rising. I talked about it last week. I've been playing it. It's a lot of fun. There's so many things to do, and I just want to do them all. And with everything that I've been doing, I faced an enemy and I got my butt kicked. So I know that I still have a long way to go. Um, Other than that, just some simple competition in Warzone, Fortnite. I did play some Mortal Kombat. I picked up Killer Instinct, uh, so that was fun playing that again. Also, League of Legends, working on my jungle game. I'm pretty good with throwing cleavers at with Mundo. Let's see. As far as anime, been keeping up on all the mainstream titles, such as like Black Clover. It's gotten pretty crazy. They announced some things with one of the main characters, and I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm more interested in the main character, Asta. There's some questions surrounding him that I need answered. Also, watching Reincarnated as a Slime, pretty good stuff. Oh, I'm a Spider, so what? That one is pretty good. I need more of that because I have many questions. I thought about picking up the manga, but I don't want to because I'm reading other manga. And I was watching. I talked about it. I finally gave in. Agretsuko on Netflix. I recommend it.
Hey, Zoms, it sounds like you've been doing a lot.
Indeed, working out, reading. I have a skateboard,
Skateboard.
guitar,
When did you procure the
drawing
skateboard?
the other day.
And you have not shown us this skateboard?
No,
Why not?
I don't know.
This is a crime. Such a
I have
crime.
I have one of them here. Let me grab it really quick.
Yes, it looks like a skateboard, but what's on the other side? You
Oh,
know,
don't
it's
worry
like
about it.
Zombs. Come
What?
on, buddy.
What have you been doing this week? I'm just gonna set
Is
this
it a
down.
waifu? That's a waifu!
What?
I spy a waifu on the backside of that skateboard, Zombs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The waifu, Zombs.
Moving on. Brosiv, what have you been up to?
You are not getting out of this yet, Zombs. Well, I personally have been doing work on my own channel, trying to catch that back up from a unfortunate but temporary lapse. I also spent most of Sunday playing more of Spider-Man on the PS4, and like I showed you over the weekend, I got in Atelier Ryza 2. I actually did not spend so much time with this one as I got through the intro and the story hooked me all like right off the bat, whereas the first one didn't. The first one starts off very slowly, and this one got me really intrigued with a mystery right off the bat. I don't know whether to really tell much about it, but essentially, Riza is in the employ of some man that has probably a lot of money, and he is asking her to figure out why this stone that he has is all of a sudden starting to glow. It's a shiny stone to begin with, but now it's glowing all of a sudden. So, yeah, I got through that, got to where you can move around, and then promptly quit and went back to the first one because I felt like I needed to catch up by playing the first one. I'm hoping that it's on the shorter side so that I can get through it fast to then get to this little gem.
I listening to you talk about how it starts and find the glowing stone reminds me of so many other things that start off that way.
Yes, it's probably extremely cliche in the grand scheme of things, but I'm sorry. I really got intrigued. And
It,
well,
I
let's just
wish it
put it
would
this
happen
way.
to me.
You look at Riza here and you tell me that she's not good waifu material.
I don't even know who she is.
Oh, that's so sad, Zoms. That's
Do you
so
think I just
sad.
pick anybody and just call them a waifu? I find that very disrespectful, Broseph.
I didn't say that you had to call everybody a waifu, Zoms.
But you just grab somebody and is like, "Hey, is this waifu material? Don't you think?" Like, no, I don't. What's
Well,
your name, miss?
I think you need to play Atelier Ryza so that you
I
can
think you
find
need to
out.
play Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Well, perhaps if I have time, because I
Okay.
am intrigued by that game. I really am. I just don't have the time to play it, to be honest.
Yeah. You can pick two you can either be a female or a male character. I went with the female because it was already pre-made. But you can change it later.
Yeah, I heard about that. There's been a lot of games that are like that nowadays. It's more common per se. I mean, with Atelier Ryza 2, though, she's already a female, so don't have to pick or choose there.
Mm. Is that all you've been doing?
Pretty much, yeah. Work
Oh,
on
okay.
the podcast, work on my channel.
I got a
I haven't
question
played
for you.
much. Yes.
So yesterday was Groundhog's Day, right?
Yes.
Uh, did the groundhog see his shadow or her
Yes, he
shadow?
did.
Because oh, okay,
And now we have 6 more weeks of winter. Isn't that just lovely?
it's very interesting. But I jumped into Animal Crossing to see if there was an event for Groundhog's Day, and instead I just had a washed up bird on my beach. So I tried to push him back into the ocean.
How dare you be so mean to Gulliver? Or was it Gullivar?
It was Gulliver.
Which reminds me, I actually did pop into Animal Crossing for a few minutes as well. Didn't do much, just checked out all the new little things that they had added, stuff to buy. Waiting for that update to take the full effect and for Pave to join. But that's not until the 15th of the month, I believe. But I think that does it for what we've been doing this week. So why don't we jump over to that wonderful segment of news?
Okay, you convinced me.
I'm glad I was able to convince you so easily, Zombs.
I think that there's just so much to talk about that if we don't, um, oh no, I mean, there's so much to talk about, and we'll be here all day.
Indeed, I actually hope not. But starting off the news is Cyberpunk 2077 got patched immediately after we reported on it. The last one, it got patched, and now that game breaking bug is gone for good, at least for the moment. So, yay, it's semi playable again. Woohoo. Everyone rejoice.
By the time I pick it up, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all good. I mean, I would have picked it up day one, but I had other priorities, unfortunately.
Yes, plus you've been enjoying Immortals, but let's face it, Zoms, by the time you pick this up, the year will be 2077, and the game that'll be out, it will be Cyberpunk 3077 or something like that.
Mm, I was actually thinking of picking it up next week, but
That soon? Wow. You are you're a masochist, my friend. Of course, you're
e-
kind of used to pain, being a zombie and all.
existence is pain.
If you say so, buddy, if you say so.
I'm not the only one, trust me.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
Well, something that we're all going to be very sure of is that the voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog has left Sega.
There was a voice actor
I mean, there was a voice actor. Of course, there was a voice actor.
for the movie.
Not just for the movie, for Sonic in the game, in his games.
The only Sonic game that I really played was on Sega Genesis.
That is sad that you have not played any Sonic game since the Sega Genesis. I am shocked and appalled.
That's unfortunate. So who was this person? What was their name? What is their name? Was I don't know.
It was Roger Craig Smith. He was the American voice actor for Sonic in all of his video games for over 10 years.
Why'd he leave?
Um, that's actually not known.
There are just some things that I question, and as far as why he left, doesn't really make too much sense. It's not like a new Sonic game comes out every month.
Yeah,
But I'm probably just not seeing what goes on behind the scenes, so I'm like not thinking that the job is hard.
honestly, yeah, it is a little odd that he left. Hopefully to something better, more pay or whatever. But it is strange. I mean, this is like right on the heels of Sonic's, I think it's the 30th anniversary or something like that. That's coming up. So this is a little odd for timing. And I'm probably
Maybe they
wrong,
just
but
didn't like him.
for having been in the role for over 10 years though, makes me wonder if there was something else that went on.
I wonder if I should become a voice actor
Oh, there you go. Are you gonna voice Sonic now, Zoms?
if they want me to. I can.
Well, you kind of have to have a bit more enthusiasm there, buddy.
Um, just give me some energy drink and I'll be okay.
And how many have you had today, Zoms?
16.
Yeah, I think that they would go bankrupt on energy drinks just on you. I see a problem with this.
They really work.
Well, speaking of things that are working, there are people over at Crystal Dynamics that are working very, very hard on the next big Lara Croft game, or rather, Tomb Raider.
Is there
And
a title
it's
for it?
no, and it's not going to be ready for the 25th anniversary either. So,
Oh,
it's really hard to believe that Tomb Raider has been around for 25 years. I feel
it
old.
really makes me look back on them when I hear stuff like that. Uh, that it's been around that long. Look at Hitman. Hitman also has been around a short while, and I guess with Hitman 3 they concluded or they concluded the series. Do you think they're
Wasn't
going to
there a new
conclude?
Hitman game that just came out?
Yeah, Hitman 3.
Yeah, that's doesn't mean that's the end of the series. It just means it's number three in the series.
Well, that's what they say is like it's the
Hmm.
ending to it.
Well, they can say that, and if it makes $1 billion, they'll make another one. Trust me.
This is true. I'm pretty sure it's like, well, money talks. But I do know that the
Exactly.
company is moving on to another game that you're familiar with, James Bond.
Yes, we reported on that not that long ago, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was the same people from Hitman.
Yeah. Going back here though to Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that thing that we were talking about. Come on, Zombs, you've had energy drinks. Stay with me, buddy.
I'm doing math.
You say so. So the 25th anniversary is going to be celebrated by Square Enix, but it's only going to be with retrospectives and nostalgic content and some more odds and ends. While Crystal Dynamics continues working on the next big game, which is supposed to be kind of unifying between the old original PS1 games and the new trilogy that they had made.
I will definitely see about picking it up. Um, I did like the original Tomb Raider games. They were pretty neat. Also, very what's the word I'm looking for? Sexual. Uh,
Yeah.
but I would like to see where they go with this. I think it's interesting where they take games, and it's been so long since we've seen the last one, or at least a good one. Um, the last the last one I did not play. It looked neat, but I heard it was not too great.
See, I actually haven't played any of the reboot trilogy, and I really kind of wanted to, especially the first one, because it looked like they did a lot of good things with it. And obviously, playing the first one, I would want to play the other two. But it sounded like they took a lot of heavy inspiration from Uncharted. So I also kind of thought I didn't miss a whole lot, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe there should be a collaboration between the Uncharted games and the Tomb Raider games.
There have probably been a lot of people that have been wanting that for years. I don't think it'll ever happen, but you never know. I mean, as we'll get to in another news topic later on, there are surprises to be had in the video game industry.
And then Indiana Jones can jump in there.
Sure, Zoms. Sure. You know what's going to do some jumping though this year into something else?
Your original podcast with this podcast?
Well, there was no original podcast, but no, I'm talking about Pokemon jumping into Happy Meals at McDonald's
When?
next month.
Oh, okay, I've got time.
Yes, you can score some awesome Pokemon goodness by ordering a Happy Meal at McDonald's next month. This actually
Okay,
was a leak that came up, so not a lot of actual good details are known, but it would make sense for this to happen, seeing as, well, this month starts 25th anniversary of Pokemon.
I will go to McDonald's next week and purchase a Happy Meal with a Big Mac. Do they do that? Can I get a Big Mac Happy Meal?
I don't think so, Zoms.
You know, I don't know. It's just it brings back the nostalgia. Getting the meal, but I can just cheat and be an adult and just buy the toys
Wouldn't you at least like to get the food with the toy?
Maybe I will get a regular meal and then just purchase all the toys at the time that I get the regular meal.
Oh, sure. I can see it now. Zombs walks out of McDonald's with his arms loaded of Pokemon toys. Then I have to tell him to share and he won't.
I'll share with Moxie.
Told you. Not going to share with your best brosif.
Moxie's abrasive.
There's only one brosif,
Are you
Zombs.
sure? Are you sure about
Yes.
this?
Yes.
If I
I'm
find
sure.
another brosive, you two have to fight to the death for my amusement.
That's not ever going to happen, Zombs.
Come
You
on.
know, it's funny that you should talk about fighting to the death, as that could have very nearly been the case in Japan recently, as well, they got some PS5s in stock. And
Mm,
unfortunately, Japan's been on the short end of the receiving stick for the PS5.
mm,
So when they came in stock to the Yodobashi camera electronics megastore in Akihabara, well, things didn't go out quite like they should have, as the store was completely flooded with people.
mm. Go on,
And they
tell me
started
more.
fighting.
Oh, so I will keep my toga then, and I will watch the bloodshed from the videos.
Yeah. Fortunately, though, police were called. Unfortunately, the sales of the system had to be stopped. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't handle things right.
I like it.
I don't. This was a horrible situation that was not handled properly. Typically, these places do raffles for people to have a chance of buying things that are rare or hard to get. But instead, that all just went out the window, and well, it was first come, first serve.
Raffles are fun. That's how you make extra money.
Uh, yeah, no. I don't think so. Not in this case. You know what is going to make extra money though? I'm just killing it with the segues today.
The taco truck down the street.
No, but now you made me want tacos. No, Netflix is going to make lots of extra money.
Oh
As
yes.
yeah, as a new Sonic 3D animated series has been announced.
Is this after Roger had done the voice acting?
Well, assure you that he was not involved in this project. I mean, who would
Maybe
honestly
that's why
be
he left.
Who knows? But this is called Sonic Prime. Unfortunately, we don't have any other information on it other than a logo. The logo looks like it's either crystallized or shattered in some way, shape, or form. And honestly, I had to when I initially saw this, my first thought was, "Oh, hey, Metroid Prime," but this is not Metroid. This is Sonic. So how good is this going to be? It's probably not gonna be that great. Then I read some of the names of the companies that are attached to it, which is Wild Brain, and they've done Teletubbies, Degrassi, Inspector Gadget, and then you also have a company called Man of Action, which did Ben 10 and Big Hero 6. So, yeah, I have
Interesting.
lots of hope here.
Yes, we'll see. Like those two companies is almost like those two actors that you think would never play in a movie together, and then they do, and it you think it can either be really good or really bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna not give a lot of hope to this. We do have time to wait as it's not going to be out until 2022. So there's a whole year for information to kind of come in for them to work on it. Hopefully, maybe we'll get something like what happened with the Sonic movie, where they put out some information just early enough that people can react to it, tell them that it's terrible, garbage, and then they redo the whole thing
Now I
from
want to see
scratch.
a movie with two unlikely actors. We talked about Tomb Raider, so let's say Angelina Jolie and Rob Schneider.
Okay.
I want to see it. Maybe this podcast will reach their ears.
Well, while I seriously doubt that, you have given me the perfect segue to our last news topic of two unlikely things coming together, two unlikely companies coming together. And would you believe?
It's Nintendo and Charmin Ultra,
No,
toilet paper.
no,
It
it's not.
is another company, Bank of America, and Vans.
No. This is video game news for one, so that is completely way off base. And for
Okay,
another, I'm
Sony
actually
and
Zombs. For someone that had so many energy drinks, you are certainly not paying attention today.
sure I am.
The two companies are PlayStation and Xbox,
I was close.
Sony and Microsoft, as the MLB The Show 21 that was a PlayStation exclusive and is actually the rights owned by Sony. The game's coming to Xbox as well as the PlayStation.
Interesting.
Indeed.
So if Sony is sharing, does that mean that Microsoft is going to share Halo on the PlayStation?
I would not hold my breath, honestly. This is just crazy, though. This is literally crazy.
So
Um,
is it going to be cross play, I'm assuming, between the two?
yes, it is actually. It is cross-play between the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and the Xbox One. And there is not going to be any difference between consoles for release date. They're all releasing on the same day and date.
Party. Video game party.
Indeed. I
What? I don't think
honestly,
I'm going to go. Will there be drinks?
uh, know there'll be digital baseballs and digital bats.
I don't want to go.
This actually leaked over the weekend, and it was kind of hard to believe, but then it officially got announced, and here it is, a PlayStation developed and published game is coming to Xbox. Who knew? So, Zombs, are you going to get this one?
No.
No. Why not?
I play baseball in real life.
Oh, okay then. Well,
I tell you what, if you get it, then get me a copy and then I'll play against you and win.
no, I don't get sports games ever.
They're easy. You
Yeah,
get
they're also
the ball
boring.
and you hit it and you score a point.
I just don't like them though because of them having yearly installments and a bunch of other reasons. Honestly, I just I really don't don't play them. But I accidentally told a fib. There's one more news topic,
Oh,
and
what is
it's
it?
downer.
It's a downer.
Yeah, because Google shut down their internal video game development studio. So now Google Stadia will not have any Google developed games.
Anymore?
Yeah.
Or just today?
Uh the way this news article is read, they will no longer be developing any new games moving forward.
What games did they make?
I'm not actually sure. Best I could tell, there were actually no games put out by the studio. It the context of this though kind of makes the statement that anything that was in production that was close to being finished may still make it out the door, but otherwise that's it. The studio went into development, never put out anything, and then gets shut down. So because it costs too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Google, this company with all this money, couldn't be bothered to put out enough money to make their own games. Hmm, interesting. The Stadia platform, though, is not going to be shut down, at least not yet. So anyone that, you know, playing on Stadia, you're still good for a few more days, weeks. Let's just face it, it's impending doom about to implode on itself. Have you tried Stadia Zombs?
No, I have no
Neither have I.
opinion. I don't know what to think. Should I be sad? Should I be mad? Should I be happy or glad?
Well, on a good note, the people that are inside that studio were supposed to be found positions, hopefully, within Google somewhere else. So we'll see. But it's kind of hard to believe that video game developers, designers, and whatnot could find another position inside Google. Time will tell.
I would like to check out and tour Google, the company. Um, I remember I saw a movie. I believe it was with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. I think it was those two, and they worked for Google. And but I mean, it's a movie, so it could just hype it up and make Google look really cool. Google, if you're hearing this and you want to prove to me that you are a cool company, send us an email and get in contact with me and invite me over. And I would like to see.
You know, Google owns YouTube.
So maybe they will see or listen or hear, whatever.
Who knows? Time will tell. But that was it for the video game news, Zoms. Do you
Hmm.
have anime news?
I do.
You do?
Hmm.
Share with us, Zoms, the anime news.
Okay, let's see.
Don't be shy.
I will not. Um, so here's a popular anime. Uh, One Piece manga sales pass 480 million copies worldwide.
Was this just one volume of the manga or the whole series?
I believe it's just the series in a whole. Uh, yeah, 400 million in Japan, 80 million around the world.
Interesting. How many volumes are there, just out of curiosity? Do you know?
Um, I believe 98.
Wow,
Yes, it is. It is a long, long series. I think
indeed.
the anime is like 960 episodes, something like that. Um, so yeah, I mean I hear a lot of negative about One Piece, but obviously there's a lot more positive for the series to have gone on as long as it has been. I wouldn't be surprised if, there would be a spin-off series. I hope there's a spin-off series. I will help make the spin-off series.
If
Just
anyone has listened to this, please, if you know who is working currently on any One Piece material, please email us at nerbreakpodcast@gmail.com.
or maybe Oda will maybe this podcast will reach his ears and he'll email us and ask me for help. Say, hey, you got some ideas? And I will say, yes, I do. I've got a waterfall of ideas and just help him out. I won't even take any money. I'll do it for free.
Zombs will work pro bono.
Next one. Um, the anime Dr. Stone uh, makes science fun. And actually, um, there was a experimental physicist who is a huge fan of Senku. Uh, that's the main character in Dr. Stone. And they had mentioned that Dr. Stone gets science right. This physicist is a fan and enjoys the anime. I'm pretty sure a big part of the enjoyment is how so many things are correct in there. Uh, I wonder if the creators have like a physicist on site. What was that other show? Um, Big Bang Theory. They have a physicist on site, and they make sure they get things correct and whatever. So I wonder if Doctor Stone does the same thing when they're making the series.
That would be a good question to ask, but I have another question for you. You
Yep.
said this physicist that likes Dr. Stone. Well, do they also like long walks on the beach?
Yes,
I did not know you knew a physicist that personally, Zombs.
I don't. I'm just reading the article.
Oh, well, and it's mentioned in the article?
You'd be surprised. Moving on. Ghibli Park updates us with a prototype of Howl's Moving Castle. So, Ghibli Park is still a year and a bit away from opening its magical doors. A press conference was held today, February 3rd, to update us on the park's progress and give more teasers of what it is to come from of what's to come from the first theme park based on the films from the beloved anime studio Ghibli. So
That
I'm
would
excited
be,
for this.
yeah, that would be a really interesting theme park to see because they have a lot of really unique properties under their belt.
They do.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go.
Zombs, you're going to take me too, buddy.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll make it a nerd break field trip.
Okay. That would be something.
Yes, it would.
Uh Next, Psycho and Sunrise tell the time with Cowboy Bebop wristwatches. Limited edition run of 300 pieces is currently for sale on the premium uh, Bandai website. And the top says no one can escape the past or turn back the hands of time. But now, some fortunate fans will be able to wear a bit of science fiction anime history on their wrist because, yep, Psycho and Sunrise have teamed up to create a limited production run of wristwatches with a Cowboy Bebop theme. Cowboy Bebop is a great anime. It's older. I don't know. Well, it came out in 1998, and I still see a lot of like merchandise and whatever being shown today.
I've heard of it and seen snippets of it. So are the
Yeah.
watches analog, digital? Or do they look expensive?
Um, I wonder. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on
Hmm.
them yet, but I hope. I hope you can get all these options because I'll buy one of each.
What if there's some 20 plus watches at $500 a piece?
Oh my.
You do
Uh,
not know what you've asked for, Zombs.
this is correct, but I believe that they are analog, and I want one.
Well, when they come out, hopefully you'll be able to get one.
Yep, maybe my best friend in the whole universe will get me one for Christmas.
Your best friend in the whole world will probably have to take it out of the nerd break budget.
Uh,
And you know that the nerd break budget doesn't have any money, right?
hmm,
Yeah. Moving on, though.
suck. Moving on to the next bit of news is Demon Slayer, the anime. Um, the uh, voice actress, Kari Kito, I believe is her name, has a first live Blu-ray of a tour, Colorful Closet, is going to be released March 3rd this year, and you can, as they say, watch her cute and striking performance. Um, and then she had a fan club opened, Smiley Like Village.
Is she one of your waifus, Zombs?
No. Anyways, with that, talking about Demon Slayer, the movie Mugen Train rolls into Australia and New Zealand on February 25th.
Well, that's not that far
It's going to
off.
be no, it's going to be subbed only, which I'm cool with that. Usually, if I have options such as like what's the last movie I got to see was My Hero. Academia movie, the second movie. I actually saw that a couple times in subbed and dubbed.
Wow,
Yep. So
you lucky dog, you.
yeah, I try to support the anime as best I can.
You're a good patron of the arts, Zombs. Very good.
I support Demon Slayer. Yes. Maybe maybe this podcast will reach the ears of the creators for Demon Slayer, and they will give me a tour.
You know, we are trying to reach a lot of ears here.
Can only hope.
Indeed.
Anyways, so I wanted to talk about birthdays today. Um,
Uh-oh. Here we go. The new running theme for anime news is
I
anime birthdays.
well, they started popping up some pretty good ones. One I talked about One Piece. Vivi, Princess Vivi Nefertari. Her birthday was yesterday, February 2nd, as as well as one of my personal favorites, Rem from ReZero. It was it was her birthday uh, yesterday.
Which we all
Um,
know is your favorite waifu.
she is not my favorite waifu. We
Yes,
still
she
have
is.
that competition going to see if anybody's going to figure out who the top waifu is in my book. Um, but oh yeah, her sister Ram. It's her birthday too, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, that's their birthdays. Um, as well as today we have Rin Tosaka from the Fate series.
Male or female?
Uh, Rin is female.
Another waifu.
No, will you
Not
stop
even
it?
a little?
No,
You're smiling too much. I don't believe you.
it's my face is stuck like that.
No, it's not. It just changed Psalms.
As well as here's a popular one, Edward Elric
Ah, yeah.
from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. I've actually seen a little bit of that series too.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
There's that one, and then to name a few for tomorrow is uh, Fukaboshi from One Piece. His birthday will be tomorrow. He's one of the prince in One Piece for the Mermaid Island, the underwater place.
Interesting.
Hmm. As well as the following day, we will mention Zeldris, um, Bad Brother in Seven Deadly Sins, and following his will be Finral from Black Clover.
Okay, then. Well,
Yeah,
happy
there's a.
birthday to all those anime characters.
I know. There's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, if our listeners want to nerd out, talk about different anime characters and whatever, want to mention, even they've even got voice actors' birthdays. Um, let's just send us an email, and I'll get in contact with you, and we can nerd out about it.
You know what time though it is, Zombs? Time for us to
Hmm.
nerd out some more.
Oh, okay. I thought your mom was calling you or something.
Now, Zombs, come on. You know what time it is.
Maybe.
Zombs, come on. It is now time for the.
Big topic.
That's right, Zombs. Every week we have a big topic to discuss, and you, dear listener, can suggest what we discuss. If you would like to suggest a big topic or just ask us anything, tell us how we're doing. Drop us an email at nerbreakpodcast@gmail.com. This week's big topic is in celebration of our month long celebration of the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Yes, at the end of this very month of February, 25 years ago, the original Pokemon Red and Green were released in Japan. So to celebrate all month long, it's nothing but Pokemon. with this week's topic being our favorite Pokemon generations in the Pokemon games. To clarify, each series of games released, such as Red, Blue, and Yellow, is considered a gen. There are 8 different gens in total, and we are going to pick our favorite 3. Zoms, would you like to start off with your third favorite Pokemon gen?
No.
No? Wow, Zoms. Fine. I will start then, since you're going to be obstinate.
Okay.
I actually have played through pretty much all the Pokemon games in some
Hmm.
way, shape, or form. At least the
O-
mainline ones.
Okay, here's a question then. For the mainline ones, which ones have you not played?
I actually have played all of them, save for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That's the
Okay.
only ones I have not played in some way, shape, or form. All
Oh,
the others I've played at least one version.
okay.
Kind of crazy.
Uh, yeah. I mean, my list for the ones that I have played is pretty small. You're the complete opposite. Let's see, I only played red and blue, yellow, gold and silver, and sun and moon. And
Yeah.
does Pokemon Go count?
No,
Okay.
a mainline Pokemon game.
I mean, it is pretty popular.
So, okay, how would you which of those games would you put on the bottom since
Hmm.
you decided to go that route now there, Zoms?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, brother. Well,
My
I'll go back to starting us off, and I will
okay.
say that my bottom gen is Gen 6.
Okay. Which one?
Gen 6 consists of X, Y, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Is there any one of those in particular that you'd like to name off?
Well, I actually played X and I played Alpha Sapphire. Both of those are good, and as technically the first 3D mainline Pokemon games, because there were other 3D Pokemon games that came before them, but these were the ones that were the first ones technically in full 3D. Um, I was always partial to Sapphire growing up, and I'll get to that more later. But really, I would say X and Y were the ones that kind of really pushed the formula. They were the first ones for the 3DS, and kind of before they took a weird turn with Pokemon Sun and Moon and kind of pulled the series down, in my opinion, with Sword and Shield. Yes, I'm one of those people. But honestly, I would say if anybody could get the chance to play the 3DS games, play X or Y because they're really good. They're good solid Pokemon games and they were interesting. They took place in a region that was based around France, so there was a lot of French inspiration there. And the Pokemon were unique. Honestly, they were really unique. I started off with Fennekin, which was the Firefox Pokemon, which wasn't unique technically, except for when it fully evolved, then it became a fire and psychic type, which again probably isn't really super unique, but it was really interesting. It was kind of like the witch Pokemon.
Okay. So, how about your number two then?
Oh no, you didn't list your number 3.
I don't have one.
This is going to be really one sided.
No, no.
Yes.
Let me see. I really liked. I want to say out of the first generation, I liked. I liked red,
So are you
but
saying
then
Gen 1 is on the bottom?
yeah, I liked red. Um, but I also liked yellow. When they implemented Pikachu following you around, I thought that
Oh
was really
yes, that
neat.
was that yeah, that was really neat.
Yeah, I didn't feel alone anymore, running around in the dark as a child.
You know,
So
it's I actually have a copy of Pokemon Yellow still. I didn't get it when it originally came out. I got it much later, but I have a physical version of Pokemon Yellow still.
I believe I do as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and push to Pokemon Yellow. Will be number three.
Well, my second gen, that would be my favorite. would be Gen 4, which consists of Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver. Now, this gen for me came right after my favorite gen, which I'm really spoiling it now. But I got Pokemon Pearl, and I really enjoyed that game. Of this gen though, there's really it would be really hard for me to pick a favorite because Platinum was also really good. I played Soul Silver, and really that would probably be my favorite because it was almost like the definitive remake for Gen 2 for the Pokemon games in general. They haven't done a lot of remakes yet, but Soul Silver probably was the best. It updated the game just enough in just the right ways, added just enough, and gave you the option of having all the different Pokemon from the previous generation as well as Diamond and Pearl all in the Johto region and Kanto region. So, and really, those games, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, despite the advancements they've made in the Pokemon games to date, those are the only games outside of the original Gold and Silver in which you could actually tackle two different regions, and probably thereby extension, the largest Pokemon games because of it. I would honestly say Gen 4 rocked. And if you missed it, I'm sorry that you missed it. Pick up Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver if you can. Play them. They are really great games.
What about when they implemented the Pokemon Walker? Do you remember those?
The Pokemon Walker, oh yeah, that was another really good reason to pick up Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It
Yeah.
was kind of more of a novelty to a certain extent, but the fact that you could take a Pokemon with you and grow it just by walking around in everyday life, yeah, that was really a neat thing.
I remember I had a friend who got a bunch of them. I don't know how. They got a bunch of the Pokemon Walker thingies, put their Pokemon in there, and they strapped it to their dog. And when their dog would like run and stuff, and then like at the end of the day, they would get it, and their Pokemon were stronger.
That is cheating. I may or may not approve of that, but that is cheating.
Um, I'm gonna say this one simply because of that. Uh, it totally changed and made me want to get out and run. But I'm gonna say number two for me is going to be Sun and Moon.
I shouldn't be surprised. Any particular
Yeah.
one there?
Um, I'll pick Moon only because one of my more favorite Pokemon was Lycanroc,
Mm, okay.
but I like the Moon version. It's almost like a lycanthrope
Yeah.
werewolf.
I actually own Moon, so that's a good choice in my opinion. Lunala seemed to be and this is purely subjective, but the more interesting at least of the two legendary Pokemon. Even more interesting though, we got technically the first legendaries that evolved because Solgaleo and Lunala were the fully evolved forms. So that was unique. Sun Moon, they tried something unique, and I can't say that was a bad thing. I actually, unfortunately, never completed my copy of Moon. I did not beat the Pokemon League. I really probably should play through the whole game all the way from the beginning. But I also
Hmm.
like the starters. We got our first grass and flying starter type Pokemon in Sun and Moon. And me being a person that kind of likes birds, of course, I picked that.
Same
Rowlet.
here. Not because of birds, but just because I think I flipped a coin or something.
How do you flip a coin against three Pokemon? What'd you do? Flip it a bunch of times?
Possibly. I don't quite remember, but yeah, actually, Sun and Moon was kind of forced on me.
Oh yeah, do tell.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I honestly I was not going to pick it up, and yeah, like it was forced on me, and it was like, here, you play this and get all the Pokemon and trade with me, and I was like, Okay. I may have been under the influence of a certain beverage at the time.
which will go unnamed at this time.
Hmm. Yeah. And uh, that's how it started.
Okay, then. Well, I will now announce my favorite gen, which is Gen 3, consisting of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green.
Which one?
In particular, Sapphire, even though I wound up owning at one point in time Emerald and Leaf Green. Sapphire was technically, and this probably comes as no surprise, but it was technically my very first Pokemon game that I actually owned. I did not get into the Pokemon hype, at least game wise, until after the Game Boy games. Unfortunately, I missed the Game Boy. I got a Game Boy Advance. But Sapphire, I played through multiple times. They actually had a GameCube game of sorts that you could store all your Pokemon from those games onto it. Pokemon Box, Ruby, and Sapphire. And it actually came with a special memory card that was blue on one side and red on the other, which was really
Ooh.
neat also. And I still have that memory card. But that generation, I pretty much almost lived and breathed Pokemon at that point in time. I played through Sapphire multiple times. I got Emerald, and I played through that a couple of times, I think. I played through Leaf Green also a few times, trying to catch all the Pokemon and complete the Pokedex and everything. So yeah, that was my favorite gen, and I actually have been, of all things, I rebought a used copy of Sapphire, and I've been playing through it in my spare time. That's how much I love Pokemon Sapphire.
That was the one where they implemented the running shoes, right?
Yes, that was the first introduction of the running shoes. Um, the gen is actually Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald are actually kind of controversial because a lot of this time you have that you're spending in the game is spent surfing Pokemon. Literally, almost half the map is water, which is kind of ironic considering they implemented the running shoes in the game. But it also gave us two different types of bike, the acro bike and the mock bike, which was unique. You could actually do little hops and few little tricks on the acro bike, such as pop a wheelie, which is really neat.
Could you use
And
that to get over obstacles in the game?
yeah, there was actually little rails that only the acro bike could go onto. I mean, you could technically do it on the mock bike, but you couldn't hop over from one to the next on anything but the acro bike because the acro bike was the only one that could do that little hop. So that was unique. And then you even had the hidden bases, which was new, where you could actually go into like a little tree or a cave or a waterfall, I think, too, and make your own little base, put in all these little decorations and whatnot, which was really neat. Oh, and you could even re-battle trainers that you had previously fought before, which was a first
Ooh,
for the series.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too, honestly. That was for me the art style of those older games, especially Gen 1 and Gen 2, kind of grew up into the third generation. It really became vibrant with the available graphics and palette of the Game Boy Advance. So instead of just these monochrome colors and these few little pixel sprites of the Game Boy games, you actually had full lush environments that you could traverse in the games. That's why it's my favorite, I think. So what's your favorite Gen Zombs?
Um, Pokemon Go.
That doesn't count, Zombs.
Oh,
Po- Pokemon Go
that's
is
the only
not
answer
a
I got
gen.
right now.
You have completely shattered this big topic, Zombs.
Oh, we can always duct tape it later. Anyways, I liked Pokemon Go because I like the fact that I could go out in the world and be a Pokemon master, Pokemon trainer. I think I earned the title of master like right away.
You know what, Zombs? Since you shattered this big topic with Pokemon Go, I'm going to ask our listeners to send a lot of mail to you telling you their favorite gen, and the
Okay.
one that gets the most votes is the gen you have to go out and buy.
Oh no, they're gonna pick something expensive.
You know, Pokemon Emerald is very expensive. People could do that. Dear listeners, if you're listening, please send lots of mail in to Zombs. Tell him which Pokemon gen you want him to spend his hard earned money on so that he has to pick one of the games in it and go play it through to the end in a month.
Oh man.
But since you have done that, Zoms, we will conclude this week's big topic. But we are not concluding the podcast
Oh.
because we have a surprise.
Oh, what is it?
We have listener mail.
OMG.
I know. This is awesome. We actually have listener mail here, and it comes from Gabe the Coconut. He writes, Hi, Joe Mozo. I just found the podcast on the YouTubes and wanted to send in two very important questions. Well, one very important, and the other is less so. Maybe. First, why is your podcast only on YouTube? If you post it online or just publish an RSS feed, it would be a lot easier to download episodes for listen while I am driving. I
Hmm.
work in IT, so if you need any help setting it up, let me know. Now for the important question. In the entire Star Wars universe, pre or post Marvel canon, which Force user could you seamlessly replace? Lots of love, Gabe the Coconut. Zoms, he stole your catchphrase. Lots of love.
Death.
Zoms, how dare you?
Oh, you're right. Anyways.
Well, Gabe the Coconut, to answer your first question, we are currently here on YouTube only because we have zero funds. RSS feeds, unfortunately, to do much cost money. While I have found that there are a few sites that will host us for free, they don't offer much in the way of storage capacity. If you have suggestions, we would be grateful for you to share those with us and help us to grow. Now, as for your second question, Zoms, what do you think? Which Force user in Star Wars do you think you could replace, buddy?
Take out? I think I could take out
No, no, not take out, not fighting, just completely knock out, senseless. At least
oh,
unless
I was
I'm
gonna say
reading this
erase from
wrong.
existence. I was gonna say Count Dooku. I think we could have done without Count Dooku. Got somebody cooler in there. Or
Well, I
me
would
take their
say that
place? I don't want to take anybody's place. Because
Zoms, you would make a good Count Dooku. You would.
I could probably be Count Zombs and fight Count Dooku and get some experience points after I defeat him. Then yes, I would. I don't think I would. I have a theory, and I think I would be a Jedi of both sides. You know, hang out with Mace Windu.
Don't think that's allowed.
Sure, it is.
No, I don't think so.
I think I should be in the next Star Wars.
Oh, that's a sure, Zoms. You do that. You
Maybe if
go
this
be in the next
reaches
Star
the
Wars.
ears of LucasArts and Marvel,
You
and it's
mean
like, you
Disney?
want somebody who's yeah, Disney. You want
Mm.
somebody who's passionate about this kind of thing, somebody who will give their all. I won't even work for I'll even work for cheaper than what you're paying everybody else. Just
Uh-oh.
get me in there, and I will show you. Everybody's gonna love it. I need more coffee.
I don't think you actually answered your own statement there.
You shut up.
Well, I'm not because I'm going to answer the question as well, and I think that I could replace Obi-Wan Kenobi. At first, I was going to say Luke, but nah, I got a beard, so I would say Obi-Wan.
Shave it.
Oh, I like my beard.
It'll grow back.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my beard.
Okay.
Can't you see me being the better Obi-Wan?
Mm,
I don't have to say anything crazy like Luke, I am your father. I can say, Luke, I am your uncle.
yeah. Anyways, I wonder if we answered the coconut's question. Maybe the coconut should email us after he hears this.
Zombs, I
Tell
think
us,
you're being.
because I would like to know what the coconut thinks. Who would you replace, coconut?
Yeah.
Is the coconut a coconut with arms and legs? Is there a face? How do you breathe? Where are your ears?
Zombs,
Yes.
calm down there, buddy. You're being a little pushy now.
Am I?
Just a little.
I started mixing the energy drinks.
Oh no, that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Gabe the Coconut,
Mhm.
for your mail. Hopefully, we've answered your questions, and perhaps you will ask us more, and maybe give Zombs a few answers as well. I think that does it for this week's podcast. Don't you, Zombs?
Okay. I've got some more anime to watch. I did finish Agretsuko.
Oh
Oh
no.
my goodness. The episodes are only like 13 minutes long. There's only like maybe a couple that are longer than that. It's only 10 episodes a season. There's 3 seasons. I finished all of them. I am glad. I'm not happy that I didn't get the ending that I wanted, but it's okay. That's why I'm glad, because there's supposed to be a 4th season.
Well, while you're waiting for that, we'll close out this week's podcast.
Hmm.
Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube. Like us if you enjoyed us. Don't forget to send us listener mail just like Gabe the Coconut did. Send it to nerbreakpodcast@gmail.com. But as always, thank you so much for listening. On behalf of myself and Zombs,
Energy drinks!
now they kick in. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Itadakimasu!